Man, I wish Nico was here.
Wish that you could build a time machine so you could see the things no one can see. Feels like you're standing on the edge, looking at the stars and wishing you were them.
Whoa! Whoa, if Nico's here, that means we're doing another Horror Nights list video. Bank on that. Alright, so you guys have seen our top 5 facades, you've seen our top 5 intellectual property houses. Time to see our top 5 original houses. You guys know how this works. Since Nico went first last time, I'll go first this time. And you know it'll go 5, he'll say it's 4, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
My number 5 is a house he didn't get to experience, and it was my very first house. Therefore, I have to put it on the list. La Llorona. Might I just say that this house had some really good scares. It had, like I said in my honorable mention, or did I put it on my top 5 facades?
Honorable mention.
It was my honorable mention. I really liked the exterior of this house. It was beautiful, it was nice. You go in there, and it's like you're in a church. You show up at a kid's funeral. I know it sounds extreme, but it's really good. That's my number 5.
Yeah.
Let's go to his number 5.
When do I do honorable mentions?
We'll do it at number 2.
Okay. My number 5 is from 24 and is Goggles and Gore, 'cause that's what I put down. Giggles and Gore. That's my number 5. Just thinking about clowns being the only thing in a house is very terrifying. I remember a specific scene where there was a midget clown next to a tall clown, and the tall clown scared me, only for me to walk into the midget clown. Fun times. I really appreciate the house. I'm about to say something, not gonna do it. Yeah, it was really good. A lot of the scenes were really nice. I don't remember it too much because I only went through it once, but from what I remember, that's what it is. That's number 5. And I know it goes straight to me next. Picture's gonna be up here too. Number 4. This might be a surprise, might not be.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to show up. You're number 4.
Is it? It's Asylum in Wonderland.
What? Time's up.
Down. I usually don't care for 3D houses that much. They give me headaches. 3D rides. I have a very big problem with 3D simulation rides because they're everywhere and I don't. But whatever, it's fine.
Fast and Furious Supercharged. Yeah.
No. Listen,
Okay.
yeah, I just think they didn't go overboard with the 3D. It was 3D, right? Yeah.
It was 3D.
They didn't go overboard with the 3D. It was very unique. I mean, just everything going on around you was very unique and true to the story of Alice in Wonderland, but a little off at the same time, obviously, because she's in an asylum. Is your hand raised?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One of the nights that we went for Nico's birthday 2 years ago, we tried our hardest to hit as many houses as we can in one night, and I believe we hit 23 or 24.
It was 23. We tried to get to 25 because it was 25.
Exactly. And we made it onto Asylum, and it was just 2 women.
Men.
The women were behind us, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, there was 2 men in front of us, drunk. And in front of them was 2 women.
Yeah.
These guys went through the entire house, spinning.
Literally.
I don't know why they made the house more
Physically
fun.
spinning.
They made it more fun, kind of.
They fell a couple times.
It was pretty funny. They dropped their glasses. They bumped into the girls in front of them. It was pretty funny.
And it's just...
The bubble scene when everyone was
I
working.
I just love everything about that house. I think it's great. I remember the scene where there was the card guy.
The Mad Hatter.
No, there was a scene where it was like a big guy.
Oh, you mean where
was
the evil queen was sitting at the top?
Yeah.
And the cards were... It was like he was completely in the
Yeah, he was, and you couldn't see him, and then he came out. I just love that house.
It was
so
cool.
much. It's a great house. And the facades.
Or like when he would just... Oh, no, it's that hallway.
Yeah.
He would just turn around.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. Alright, well, my number 4 is Dollhouse of the Damned.
Texas Asylum.
Dollhouse of the Damned. So, what I love about this house was, like I said in my facades video, I feel like I'm just going to reference it every time.
Mm-hmm.
The exterior was beautiful, and it prepared you for what you're going into. I'll never forget, we were going through the house, and there's a room that has a very foul stench. If you've gone through the house, you know what I'm talking about. It smelled like literal feces everywhere. And it was just cool. This house had a lot of cool Easter eggs. You had Chucky in the house. You had Billy from Dead Silence. All that kind of stuff scattered around the house. Different dolls. You had Raggedy Ann dolls. You had the big ballerina scene. That's the one big scare I had in that house.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I wasn't expecting it at all. Someone behind me got scared, and I was like, "You good?" And then that's right there. I'm like, "Oh, huh." But yeah, that's my number 4 right there for you.
So we're going to year number 3.
My number 3. I feel really bad ranking this at number 3. Ranking it at number 3.
Ranking it.
I feel like it should be higher, but then
Body
again,
collectors.
these 3, these 3 are so tough to choose between. It's Body Collectors.
I don't know his list, and I'm right.
He probably knows the next 3 order. Alright, so Body Collectors, and it's just so nice. This house is so cool. Like I said before, it's quiet until you get that first scare. That first scare is out of nowhere. They had that scene where they had the back, right? Where they ripped the back out?
Yeah,
the
the spine.
The spine. That just sounded terrifying. And then I went through with a group, well, let's just say my group that I went through. And the person that was with us, someone else with us, got scared by a midget. Sorry, short.
Oh, I said midget too, huh?
Yeah. Got scared by a short person.
Short person, sorry.
And it was hilarious. There was also a Easter egg for Jack and Eddie, because I was there where they were raised.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
There was the baby Jack. That was in the house, right? The baby Jack?
Baby Jack and Baby Eddie, they were next to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My number 3. Because you're done, right?
Yeah.
My number 3 is Dollhouse. Everything he said, same thing with me. I mean, and everything I talked about in the facades video too.
I know you're number 2.
You don't know shit. Yeah, you do. You know, dolls everywhere. The ballerina scene's crazy. I remember not knowing if dolls that were sitting in chairs were real people or fake. Not real people, but scare actors or props. It was great. The way it was really good, especially for a house in that spot. It was really good. My number 2. Just say it.
Ooh.
Say it.
Too many agents? You always praise the house. Scarecrow.
Because the year.
Scarecrow.
Because the year that it was at, sir.
Sure, Scarecrow.
My number 2 is Body Collectors.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, I know your rest now.
But there's one more. Yeah, again, everything he said, from the epic music playing throughout it, like the opera-esque music, the scene where the guy's standing in the middle and they're all around you in that little not hallway. You know what I'm talking about?
It was
I don't know what
it was
it's
kind of like
called.
an auditorium,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it wasn't. It was just, I want to say like a judge and a jury.
Yeah,
Like as if they
yeah.
were the jury and there was one guy executing as a judge.
Mhm.
That was the spine scene.
Oh, okay.
That was the
It
spine scene.
was great. It was so good. And I think the masks or whatever, the makeup, prosthetics.
Well, it was
yeah,
masks.
for-
No, they were masks.
Yeah.
They were
I think it was all done really well. Everything was good.
masks.
Everyone was in character perfectly. They did a great job.
Yeah. Alright, so my number 2, let's just say you guys know it, because I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Halloween.
Fun fact, it's originals. This was me and my girlfriend's first house together. Shout out to Bay.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow the Reaping. This house is just terrifying in every sense of the word. It's everything you want in a haunted house and more. It's very out there with its scares.
Yeah.
There was a
They
scene.
think outside the box.
Yeah, I really liked it. When it comes down to the minor scares to the big scares, I had a stare down just like I had in Halloween with a pig. What? I don't know. And then, let me just give you a little Richard story real quick. So me and Richard were going through this house and I was walking behind him, right? And it's a scene when, right after you exit the little crow's room and you're going into the cave. And I'm telling him, hey, the guy's on your left. So he looked to his left and he moved out and I was like, there's also somebody on your right. Somebody came out on his right, scared him. Came out on the left, he dropped to the ground. Best thing I've ever seen. Hilarious. But enough about
Shout
Scarecrow.
out to Richard.
Huh?
Shout out to Richard.
Shout out to Richie Rich. Alright. My number 1.
It's the same.
It's
the same
probably-
answer
it's our
for both
same
of
house.
us. It's the same.
So we'll just say it together. We both have a number 1 house.
1, 2, 3.
I knew it. Ah.
1, 2, 3,
25 years. This house, man. This was our first house together.
You didn't even really need to say anything about it.
Yeah.
It has everything you need.
It has.
Everything you need from the
When you think of Dead Waters.
Was it the Santa Claus that was behind the fake thing, the fake mirror thing, or was it?
No.
It was the caretaker.
Oh, that. It was a caretaker. Let's just talk about the basics here. So, when you think of Dead Waters, what do you think of? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? The sideways boat, right? And how you had the sideways boat.
Oh yeah.
In 25 years, in the Forsaken part, they had the boat sideways, or this, whatever it's called. They had Bear. Can't forget Bear. Bear was always there.
Bear lit.
Lit. Always loved Bear. You had a lot of icons in that house.
Seemed like everyone.
Everyone. You had a scene from Gothic. I didn't get to go through Gothic.
I love Gothic.
He got to go through Gothic. We forgot our honorable mentions.
No, we'll go next.
Alright, since we told our number 1s, we'll tell our honorable mentions afterward.
We had the same number 1 just in case you forgot.
Yeah, in case you forgot. Number 1 was the same.
So should I do my honorable mentions?
I'll let him
first?
do his honorable mentions first.
They're from the same year. It's Scarecrow and Dead Waters. Scarecrow was a very close number 6 to number 5. So everything that he said, I mean, we talked about both of these so much that there's really nothing else that we can say.
Yeah.
I mean, Scarecrow, it's from them, stomping, the floor dropping, or however they do that. I'm not really sure, but it gets me every time. They had a Tomb of the Ancients too, but we're not going to talk about that. It's great. Everything about it. There's scene, you don't know if Scarecrow's real or not. Something jumps out, something's next to it, you don't know if it's real or not, if it's going to jump out or not. It's great. There's, scares through walls, scares in walls, everything. There's a guy with a fucking huge puppet dragon looking thing comes out at the end yelling at you.
Yeah.
It's great. And then Dead Waters, there's nothing else that I have to say. It's fantastic. The Louisiana vibe to it, it's great.
My honorable mention, he just said one of them was Dead Waters.
The other one's Halloween.
Yeah. No.
I feel like Halloween would have been on the list. I don't know.
Why would it be on the
I don't know.
Why would it be? So Dead Waters, everything he said, down to the fact that we got a sequel to Bayou of Blood, which was such an amazing scare zone. And
Might I say that the house was better than the Scare Zone?
no.
I'm gonna say it.
No.
The house is better than the Scare Zone. For me.
I just felt like the house, after going through it a few times, felt a little too short. But it was still a fun house. It was a fun walkthrough every time. And then my other honorable mention, he mentioned it way earlier. I already told a story about it. Asylum. I like Asylum. Asylum Wonderland, but it's not my favorite. Like he said, 3D houses are the worst for me.
Yeah.
I can't stand 3D houses. You guys will understand later.
There's
But before we talk about
there's
that,
just one particular 3D house.
we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Give us a like, a comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Let us know what you guys think. Again, you guys over there on that other coast, we're not going to mention it again. If you guys had your favorite original house... Oh, they don't have original houses. Womp womp. Just let us
You
know.
guys had the best event though, right?
Yeah, they have a better event than us, They got the Terror Tram.
And you have to go down, I think, miles of staircases or escalators. So.
Alright, so with that being that, you guys have been a great audience. Stay excellent, my dudes.